Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Do you recognize this pipe right here? Well, it's the same pipe I've been smoking out of for a couple of months now, that curved pipe you see me in my videos. But the only difference is that I restained it green. Pretty sick looking, if I do say so myself. I didn't do too shabby of a job doing it. The black and green, my two favorite colors, looking pretty sharp there. Ah, yes. So, the newest episode of Family Guy, where Peter and Carter Pewterschmidt get swindled into one of those money laundering schemes. The episode also features Brian developing a crush on one of Meg's friends. The whole thing started when, Meg asked Brian to, if Brian could take Meg and her friends to field hockey practice, right? And Brian's like, fine. And then he drops him off at the school. He looks in the backseat of his Prius and he goes, geez, how many Snickers can you eat in one sitting, right? He goes, oh crap, someone left their bag here, right? So Brian then grabs the bag and then ends up walking into the school because somebody left their bag in his Prius, right? And he walks into the locker room and he sees somebody putting on a number 4 jersey and he's just like, oh damn, she's fucking hot. He's checking out her body and shit. And then the big shocker is it's one of Meg's friends. And then, yeah, so it was a pretty good episode. Towards the end of the episode, Peter Griffin said he had a fever of 108, which I thought was kind of ironic because the number on my apartment door is 108. Yeah. But yeah, how exactly did I stain this pipe, you ask? Well, the first thing I did was I took some sandpaper and I sanded the old finish off of it. And then after that, I took some paper towels and I stuffed one paper towel wad into this section right here. And then a little section of paper towel got stuffed into the back here so I would avoid getting paint on the inside of my pipe. I then took a little bit of green spray paint and spray painted it. And then once it dried, I tried smoking a bowl out of it, of tobacco of course, and I got a little hot, so I'm like, So then I took the stem off and the pipe bowl itself, I set it in a glass of water, and then stuck that glass of water in the microwave for a couple of minutes until the glass itself was piping hot, all puns aside. Using my oven mitt that I had, one of the oven mitts that I had, I took the glass out of the microwave, I dumped all the water out of it, and of course I took the pipe itself and I stuck the bowl in the freezer for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then I pulled the pipe back out of the freezer, and then I stuck the stem back in there, and then I took the pipe assembled and I stuck it back in the freezer, and well, the finish looks good on it. I've always wanted a green pipe, and every so often when I get a tobacco pipe, I do this treatment to it. And from a distance, it looks good, you know what I'm saying? But looking up close, you can see the imperfections of my stain job that I did. But I really don't care. I like it. It looks cool. Black and green, my two favorite colors. Watch out. You can definitely say, YouTube, that I've been playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas like crazy lately. I've been busting ass on missions pretty good. And if I get bored of Never Wanted, I can turn off the Never Wanted cheat, and every time I die before that, I like to see how many stars I can get on the build-up. But yeah, the pipe itself, it looks pretty cool with the green on it. I like it. I digs it. Now, is the stain job on it perfect? No, not really. But I don't care. It's black and green, my two favorite colors. So, from a distance it looks good. I know Peterson Pipes, they make a racing green series. And I've seen several brighter pipes with a dark emerald green stain on it. And they're simply gorgeous. Simply gorgeous, YouTube. But if you can't get yourself a green stained pipe, you buy one from your local tobacconist. And, it's a bit of a process to do this. It'd be a lot easier just to buy a pipe that was already green, to tell you right now, than it would be to go through this process of buffing off all the finish with the rough sandpaper. And then, yeah. And the reason why I stuffed toilet paper into the hole of the bowl right here and into the back of my stem right here is because, like I said, I didn't want to get paint on the inside of my tobacco chamber and what have you. So, yeah. And yeah, it's not the best stain job in the world, but I don't care. I did it myself, and I like it. That's all that counts, right? Also, I had a Monster earlier today, and I reused the can as a water bottle. Watch out. Now, I won't say which one of Meg's friends Brian develops a crush on. You'll have to watch the newest episode of Family Guy to see for yourself. It's pretty good. It was a good episode. It made me laugh. Like, it's probably just a coincidence, YouTube, but the newest episode of Family Guy, Peter Griffin tells Lois that, like I said, he got a fever of 108. I'm just like, 108, you say? That's funny shit. That's my apartment number. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And then, of course, Meg totally cock-blocks Brian from dating one of her friends. And Meg's like, Brian, she's 18, which, last time I checked, 18 is legal. Ow! But no, seriously, YouTube, yeah. Also, Bob's Burgers came out with a new episode. I like watching the Bob's Burgers. It's a funny show. Bob's wife, Linda, her sister, Gail, found a boyfriend in the new episode. So, if you have not seen it, check that out. And you're probably asking yourself, who? Well, again, I'm not going to spoil too much of the new animation dominations. You'll have to watch them for yourself, yo. And then, of course, in that same episode of Family Guy, in that very same episode of Family Guy, the newest episode, they made an Instagram reference, which I thought was quite funny. I don't know. I have my reasons why I thought it was funny. I will not disclose why I thought it was funny. It's kind of an inside joke, especially considering Brian walking into the locker room a couple scenes before that. One of the girls had a 4 on her jersey. It made me chuckle so goddamn hard. That's great. My own personal inside joke. No, but that was kind of weird because waking up this morning, I had another dream which involved a certain someone, and she was in my dreams again, and I'm like, okay, that was kind of weird. I didn't really complain, didn't think much about it. I'm like, oh, sweet, you know, a random occurrence when that happens. But then, right after I had a dream with her in it, punctuations on the word her, you know, I watched the new episode of Family Guy, and I'm like, well, this is before I saw the new episode of Family Guy that just aired, and I'm like, well, that would probably explain why I had a dream about her. Well, life can be so deliciously ironic sometimes. No, but the question I often ponder is, if you have a dream about a certain someone, does he or she also, are they in the same dream with you? You know what I'm saying? And the answer is yes. You can make somebody dream about you. It's not that difficult. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, let's just say I had an ex-classmate of mine who was in a beauty pageant one time, and she posted it on her Facebook before she deleted her Facebook. You know, she was like, please everybody vote for me online, you know, and I'm like, oh sure, why not? I'll give her a shot. I voted, you know. And then you fast forward to the actual beauty pageant, and she won, you know, and she looked so happy when she won. You know, that must have been awesome. That was like 3 years ago, I think, yeah. But the coincidental thing about it is that she posted pictures on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, and her contestant number on her bikini was a 4. I shit you not. And if I remember correctly, she might be a Family Guy fan, so that makes me chuckle. You too. Excuse me. She posted pictures, and her herself was in a green bikini, and she stood next to somebody in a black bikini. I'm like, whoa now. That's a beautiful color combination, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I actually wanted her to win because I knew how happy it would make her, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. My track record with women hasn't been the best. I used to have a really bad stalking problem. If there was one thing I could take back in my high school days, that would be it right there, because, you know, there's times I feel so bad about it. I mean, you think, oh, high school is high school, that was years ago. You think, you know, people involved would have moved on, and, you know what I'm saying, gone on to better things, but, yeah, you know. And, yeah, you know, that's just the thing of it, like, when something makes you feel that guilty about it, you know what I'm saying, you know. I'm a much different person than I was in high school. I've learned boundaries, you know. truth be told, I was a lot hornier in high school, but these days I'm like, meh, you know. Occasionally I crave the female companionship and what have you, you know. But when you can't do jack shit about it, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And how many times since that beauty pageant, I'll be watching Animation Domination, and the number 4 just appears in an episode of Family Guy or Bob's Burgers or what have you. It might just be a coincidence, YouTube, but it makes me chuckle a little bit. Yes, indeed it does. And the particular girl that was involved in this beauty pageant was, you know, one of the reasons why I felt guilty about what I did in high school, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, how can I use my magic to help people? I did what I could, and it seemed to have paid off a little bit, because she actually won, believe it or not. Vote for her, and then put the message out there. Send that message to the cosmos. Let her win the contest. Let her win the contest. And I put so much thought into it that when the contest actually happened, she won. And then, yeah. And for the longest time, 4 was my clock-in number at work for about 3 years before they changed the clock-in system at work. So, yeah, that was a bit of a coincidence. I know. It is. It's a hell of a coincidence, and it makes me laugh a little bit, you know. One of the things that makes life oh so sweet is the irony in it. You go to a field of clovers, they're all 3-leaf, and it just so happens that the 4-leaf is the lucky one. A lot of trucks have your 4x4s, your Ford, your Dodge, your Chevys, you know. So the number 4 is everywhere, YouTube. There is no denying that. It is, without a doubt, everywhere. How many cities in this country have a 4th Street? If you think about that for a second. I picked up my bag of tobacco and I just have... I'm reminded of the movie 23 by Jim Carrey. It's a good movie, but, shit. 4 aces. I can go even further than this. You know, how many quarters are in a football game? 4. How many houses are in Hogwarts? 4. Harry's aunt and uncle, they lived at number 4 Privet Drive. How many balls are in Quidditch? 4. You got your bludgers, you got your seeker, you got your quaffle. 2 bludgers, a quaffle, and a snitch. And I try to ignore that, you know, like, it's one of those things where, like, I try not to focus on it too much because it's ironic as fuck, but, you know what, I try not to focus on it, but, you know, yeah. Before that beauty pageant even happened, I shit you not, the hospital I was born in has 4 garage doors on the side of it. The hospital here in Casper, Wyoming. And there's 2 garage doors that have, one has a 3 and the other one has a 4 on it. Beethoven, at one point, was producing 3 to 4 symphonies a day to meet the demand because his music became so popular, you know. Yeah. Moonlit Sonata is a beautiful piece. I've seen it played on the guitar. It's just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And who should I dream about, YouTube, but the girl who won the beauty pageant, the very same one. She popped into my dreams unexpectedly, and I'm like, well, alrighty then. To whom do I owe this pleasant visit to in my wonderful sleep, I wonder. And then I saw the new episode of Family Guy, and it just, yeah. It's a delicious irony that I will enjoy for the rest of my life, YouTube. Because life is funny like that. It really is. In fact, every month of the year has the 4th on it. Every month on the calendar has day 4 on it. In fact, you look on your clocks, there's a 4 o'clock a.m. and a 4 o'clock p.m. If you really want to get technical with it, every clock that you tell time on, 4:44 a.m. and 4:44 p.m., which is, of course, 3 4s on the clock, which is used to tell time. Everybody uses that. That's great. The Audis, those cars with the circles on the front of them, they have 4 intertwined circles for their car logo. Okay? In fact, the number 4, F-O-U-R, F-O-U-R. It takes 4 letters. It takes 4 letters to spell the word for. That's crazy, man. Fucking, that's fucking crazy, man. Magic works off of coincidence to some degree. And I'm reminded of, coincidence every day. Now, this witch book that I'm reading, this book on witchcraft that I'm reading, it says while you're developing your craft, you should also help others along your pathway. And before reading that book, I have helped people along my pathway multiple times. I had a coworker that was giving me a ride home from work one night, and the power was out in her house. So when she stopped by her house, I put the thought out there that said, please turn the power on in her house. And the very second she stepped back into her house, the power turned back on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, black and green have always been my favorite colors for the longest time. It's a gorgeous, pretty badass color combination. And as it turns out, 4 is actually my lucky number. So, yeah, go figure. I can remember when I was in grade school. When I was in grade school, people called me Four Eyes. And next time somebody calls you Four Eyes, your response to that could be, well, having 4 eyes is better than having 2, and then you just walk away from that. Watch them go, oh, damn, motherfucker deflected that insult. I'm 24 right now, but I'll be 25 in March. Go figure. Which means I'll be halfway over with my 20s, huh? Life's irony can be quite delicious indeed. Hold on a second, YouTube. Let's see here. Okay. Awesome. Well then, YouTube. I found 50 cents in my piggy bank. I'll be able to take the bus to work tomorrow. But I don't have enough change to ride the bus back downtown, so that's quite alright. I'll walk. I need the exercise. It keeps me, nice and slim. Yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the same person I was in high school, in all honesty. I may dress the same and look the same, but I'm a completely different person. When I was in high school, I was a little bit chunky. I wasn't, like, overweight by any means, but, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up, I slimmed down, and my muscles got bigger. Watch out. No thanks is required on her part at all. Simply for the fact because the irony in itself is deliciously perfect enough. Yes, indeed. As some of you might be wondering, who exactly is this girl that I'm talking about? Loose lips sink ships, YouTube. There are some things I will keep to myself because it's just how I roll. But for those of you involved in the situation, you know who you are. You know who you are. Ooh-wee. Oh, that 4 Aces is strong tobacco, I tell you what. I'm going to try and grow my mustache back. Like I said, I had shaved it off. in honor of Lemmy from Motorhead. So, yeah. Might take me a couple months to grow it back, but no worries on that. Well, anyway, it's just KingCobraJFS with another video. Thanks for watching, and catch y'all later.